What's up, everybody? So back again with another video. Today we got a video on the class spec that is really annoying, and it is going to become more and more popular as the season goes on. The Assassination Rogue. This spec is powerful. It gets the 2 set, it gets the 4 set. The damage is just unhealable. What do we do? What do we do? So today I want to show you guys a clip of a game from an Assassination Rogue game, and show you guys what I try to do, and maybe you could take some tips out of it to survive the Answer Rogues, because I get so many questions on that. Just for some context here, this was a 2v2 push that's actually going pretty well so far. I'm trying to get 2402s. I'm at like 2330, I think, at the moment. We're playing Arcane Mage, Convoke, Resto, Druid. Who the hell does that? I don't know, but it's actually working pretty well, surprisingly. So we're going to continue that push. Make sure you guys tune in the stream, like, subscribe. Thanks. Okay, so to get into this game, one thing to take note of is that you're playing with a mage who can poly, okay? So if you don't play with a mage, you got to keep that in mind. You know, whatever class you're playing with, make sure that you're utilizing their ability to peel as well. Okay, so for all of our openers, we usually double stun into a Convoke. So I rake this guy, he sheeps off, I bash and Convoke. This Convoke is pretty awful, to be honest. First off, I got unlucky with a Thrash proc, and it procced it. Second of all, the guy's orc, and like it just doesn't. Yeah, it's hard to get a good one off. But anyway, he vendettas. So I'm overgrowth barkskin. I try to dispel. So it's something that you can do often. So no, this guy is necro. But whenever you can get a get from a rogue, it's good to sometimes dispel before you like submit or before you NS. Okay, and so you can test where their wound poison, their poisons are, and you can like get away. And I think wound poison is connected to that, if that's even a thing anymore. Maybe I'll blow you off on that. But anyway, okay, so the biggest goal is to make sure that you are pre-bearing the stun like I just did not do here, okay? So the add-on here called Diminish. This tracks my stun DRs. And also I have Kidney Shot. You notice how there's a few second gap between them. So that's why it's not so important to track the cooldown of Kidney. It's more important to track your stun DR. I mean, both, because sometimes they can do the other person too. Okay, so we get our, I'm always just keeping an eye out. I'm always having the mindset of I'm gonna die, all right? So if I'm trying to constantly get away from him, he gets a step to me, I should bear this here. Okay, I bear the kidney, good. I already have hots on me, so pre-hotting and bearing every stun. My mage immediately goes for the sheeps on the kidneys. If this is in a vice versa situation where he is setting my mage, I need to be the opposite person. I'm immediately cloning. So whenever kidneys coming up back on cooldown, I'm in position to clone at all times. Okay, so we're just running. We have hots. So I'm not so scared of being in out of bear form, because we know kidney, I'm on DR still. But once this starts taking down, I want to make sure that I'm in bear form with hots ready to go. So okay, so I know he's coming towards me. I'm not on stun DR. I still pre-thorns it to hopefully prevent the go. Unfortunately, I didn't. So he did. That was kind of a sus trinket on my end, but hey, it actually worked out. We had a Convoke and then to a double stun. He breaks it. Oh, that's why. So I triggered that because I saw an opportunity to Convoke. That's why I did that. Because he was in a full sheep. This guy's behind the pillar. I saw an opportunity to maybe get a kill on this. This guy kicks me. Luckily, we get some good damage off. I got a bite. Getting a lot of crits there from my first strike conduit. We get so close to getting the kill, I can't secure the clone onto the priest. He gets a blind. PS, they start running. I should have ran this way and went for a clone rather than going behind the box. That was an issue on me, so I tried to go for the clone late. I miss it. Unfortunate situation, but I happy to get a reset. I can clone off of that. Okay, so we are going to try to keep him in combat. He's getting an Arcanosphere around the corner. I vortexes to make sure he gets in line of it. Try to stun off of that. This probably should have been a clone here on my end. Actually, yeah, it should have been. No, it shouldn't have been, because he triggered the poly anyway. Okay, so again, here we go again. He has kidney up. I need to make sure I'm pre-hotted. I should scenario myself here. Do I do it? Doesn't look like I do. Okay, he gets a root off, so I know I can go for a clone. I want to set up the clone just to delay the game a little bit. Whenever specifically in this comp, it's not really relevant for the Acid Rogue, but in this comp, whenever he's the healer's on both poly and clone DR, we just want to delay the game. We clone the DPS to buy time. I should try to be getting a reset. I made a mistake on my end. I should have pre-scenario in this, because they're gonna go me eventually. I get a reset with a dot on me, which is really bad. Unfortunately, I do bear it. I should have had scenario on this, so that's another mistake on my end. This is Vendetta. a lot of damage, but luckily I'm in bear with some hots, and he doesn't seem to do a lot of damage. I end up tranking it. Probably not even worth the trank, to be honest, because the dots are already up. Every trank doesn't stop dots that are already on you, and most of Vendetta damage is the dots. So he gets poly, and now we're going to look to... I should be looking to get a stun, hopefully, onto him. I think I'm trying to just recover at the moment, though. Pull him out of line if possible. Especially if you're the one getting trained and you have always try to bring the rogue in a bad spot so the healer has to press up and get in a weird spot. So try to bear. I'm off DR. Perfect. This is a perfect situation. Fully hotted in bear form. Numbing starts polying. It's great too. So that's just Omega covering that stun. That's what you need to do. Whether you're playing with the warrior, you should intervene. If you play with the warlock, you can fear, and vice versa. Anything. MC if you're playing with a shadow priest. A hunter can maybe stun it or trap it. Okay, so this is kind of a really risky on my end. So I remember in this game, Numbing was calling me like, "Don't go behind the pillar." The reason I was doing it was for a convoke. Lesson learned, man. Don't convoke off bashes. It's just like, look, I get literally half the thing off, man. It sucks. So what I ended up doing there, because I knew that the convoke wasn't going to be able to finish, I ended up coming out of form, and at least I got a few hots on that, which wasn't the worst situation. The second he rotes me, I got a bear. I was still on stun DR, that's why I was able to, get that few extra seconds in bear form. Try to get CC onto the healer. This is a little vortex trick if you guys don't already know. You could hang the vortex off the bottom. It's going to pull anyone from the bottom up. And it'll do the opposite too. You can put it on the bottom and it'll pull somebody down. So I pulled them up just so I don't have to go down there. I get a stun. I get the clone off. Try to push onto the rogue. And this is funny actually, because Numbing dropped down to attack this guy. And then he gets boarded up. And he's like, what the hell, man? So this kidney was just kind of more of a defensive kidney. I did pre-thorns it though, so it gives me an opportunity for them not to full go it. Thorns can also be used as like a pseudo defensive. If you know you don't really have a lot for the next kidney, you can pre-thorns it. This guy fucked up here, so he vendetted me from range. So he gave me the opportunity to. So I pre overgrowth it, and I put everything on myself here, and I start ranging. Numbing ended up rooting right off the vendetta, so the guy couldn't step. He had step. He didn't have kidney though, so that's why. Very dumb vendetta, to be honest. I don't know why he did that. But I just get away. I'm fully hotted. It kind of ended up being wasted, but... So we get a stun into the poly. This is looking like a good win, dude. I need a bite. Doesn't get the kill. I go for the bash off, I believe, or the melt stun. I melt stunned him off. Bash is coming off cool, and I go for the bash too. Please, Barrage does literally 1 damage because Arcane Mage sucks. And he lives, man. I can't believe that happened. We're like, no. I was just yelling, Arcane sucks. Your club sucks. So again, coming off cooldown, fully hotted. So this is the ideal situation here, where a little further up. Okay, so ideal situation, kidney is still on cooldown. This is when you're pre-hotting. Okay, when you have like 5 seconds left or so. Fully hot, Cenarian, yep, and then now bear. Because now it's off cool, now I'm off DR. Now I'm sitting in bear ready to go. So I even pre-thorns this, start just throwing a mangle in, just chilling in bear form until he peels. He steps away. Remember, it's not a sub-rogue. He only has 1 step. What a great thing, right? I wish sub-rogues would have 1 step, man. I would literally change the entire game for sub-rogues. Okay, so now they're going to think they commit to numbing here. So this is kind of now the swap on the roll. So the second he kidneys, I need to be ready to pre-hot and ideally clone immediately. Vendetta, he gets a good altar off, which is good. We just start spam healing. So in an ideal situation, I should just clone it. Numbing's running short blink, or the normal blink, so he could blink out of the stuns. So it's kind of pointless to kidney, but traditionally the guy would kidney him. I should be already in a good spot to get the clone, so that I can prevent any further damage. Side note, you can dispel sepsis as a druid, so make sure you're always doing that. I track it on the bottom here. Okay, we had a restun. A convoke. This was an epic convoke. 19, back to freaking back, baby. The guy didn't shrink it. But we ended up winning that one. So that is basically the rundown of how I try to play against rogues. And yeah, so it's basically just kind of play scared, play like you're always going to die, prep every single kidney. If they're going you, You're pre-hotting, pre-bearing every kidney, track stun DR. The add-on is called Diminish up here. If you want that, it shows your own DRs. If they're going your partner, you should be immediately ready to clone every single poly or every single kidney. A side note, something that was very useful, I used it in my previous video, I believe, or 2 videos ago. No, probably 2 or 3 videos ago. When I versed an Asa Rogue, I was playing Balance Affinity because I was playing with the Warlock, and every kidney was on the Warlock, and I was just literally, because Balance Affinity gives you more range, and I was just sitting far as hell, and I was just cloning every single kidney. Like the second kidney was up, I'm like I'm ready to like have my finger hovering over clone, so I can immediately clone every single one, and that it ends up working out, you know, running all those kidneys, because all their damage comes through kidneys, kidney shiv, and then that's when the shit hurts. So that's about it. Appreciate you guys watching the video. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to leave a comment below. I will answer any questions you have, and see you in the next one. Yep.